How's it going, guys? Hope y'all are doing well. I wanted to kind of review what we've kind of gone over because I feel like you've probably been overwhelmed with how much volume, surface area, stuff like that. So, we're going back to volume of a cylinder and volume of a cone. Now, this is volume of, of a cylinder. There you go. I'll just go ahead and say it instead of waiting while I spell it out. Cylinder. Uh-oh, my mouse is not working. Cylinder, even though that doesn't look like the word cylinder. So yeah, volume, remember, is kind of like the mass inside of it, how you fill it up. So like my tea in my cup, the tea inside of it is volume. So yeah, a cylinder, which you can think of it as a Coke can, because a Coke can is a cylinder. And I'm going to draw my bad cylinder. Let's see how bad it's going to be. That's actually not my worst cylinder, which is kind of embarrassing to say, I guess. But anyway, so V equals pi r squared times height. So remember, r is the radius, and the radius is half of a circle. Now, go ahead and let's just say the radius, I'll make up a number. Let's just say it's 2, and the height is 10. All right, so now we have all the available data that we need to make get the answer. So think of it as, what is pi r squared? That's the area of a circle. So you're basically doing area of a circle times height. So that tells you what? That your all a cylinder is, you're just stacking circles on top of each other until it makes a cylinder. That's all a cylinder is. So anyway, so let's get into it. V equals pi, which if you don't have a calculator, you can just put 3.14 times r squared. Okay. Remember, radius is half and diameter is, I hope you're saying twice the length. So let's just say if this was like this, that would be the diameter, and it says was still 2, then the radius would be 1. But I had it be the radius because it's half. So we'll do 2 squared times height, which is 10. So always take care of the squared first. So we'll keep it as 3.14. 2 times 2 is 4. I'm going to bring down the 10. So now we do 4 times 10, which is 40. So we have 3.14 times 40. And I don't know that in my head, so I'm going to do it in my little calculator. 3.14 times 40. We get 125.6. There we go. All right, now let's move on to volume of a cone. If you have any questions, let me know. So, no, don't want to say that. All right, volume of a cone is 1/3 pi r squared times height. I don't know why, but the pi symbol is like really hard for me to write on paint. It's like my kryptonite. Okay, or it could be pi r squared times height divided by 3. And you might ask like, what the heck? Why is that the same thing? Well, because think of it this way. What's 1/3 of 9? 1/3 of 9 would be 3. Actually, let's do like a little handy dandy little number line. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A little lesson here. Okay, a third of 9 is 3. Because, if we do our little line here, this would be 3. This would be 3 and 3. So 3 is a third. That's my best little description I could give. And so if you do, and then let's say if you just do 9 divided by 3, it's still 3. So multiplying a fraction and dividing just the denominator is the same thing. You'll get the same answer. Anyway, you may have already knew that. I don't know. I just wanted to go on about it. So let's say our little cone is, actually, let's see how bad of a cone I can draw. Oh, this is going to be bad. Okay, we'll go with it. It's like kind of slanted, like not the way I wanted to do it, but actually, let me try to redo it. Let's try this again. Yeah, there we go. Now it doesn't look as weird. Okay, now it just kind of looks like a little witch hat. But anyway, here we go. We'll pretend that that's a 3D cone. So pi is just pi. Now we need the radius. So the radius is with the circle. So remember, all the way across is diameter, which is twice the radius. So let's just say it's like that, and it's going to say, I don't know, 5. And the height, let's just say it'll be, oops. Let's just say our height is 10, just for talk purposes. And that's all we need. So I can work it out in both equations. It doesn't really matter, but we'll set it up. 3.14 is pi. If you do not have your calculator. Oh yeah, also, if you are doing this with your school calculator and you press the pi button, remember that your answer might be a little bit different. So we have 3.14 for pi, 3.144 pi. That's kind of like a tongue twister. Anyway, so our radius is 5. So we have 5 squared. And if you already know 5 times 5 is 25, you can go ahead and put it, but I'm just doing it just to show all the steps. And our height is 10. So there we go. And then remember, I'm doing it this way where we divide by 3. So we have to do the top first. So first things first, you gotta get rid of the exponent. So 5 times 5. Remember, it's not 5 times 2. Some of y'all get confused with that. And don't. I know it's easy for me to say, but 3.14 times 5 is 25 times 10 over 3. So now we have to do 25. Actually, we can just multiply it all. Multiply the whole top now. Where's my calculator? There it is. Oh, let's move this bad boy over here. 3.14 times 25 times 10. Boom. So at the top we have 785. So I'm going to move this thing over here. 785 over 3. So now we do 785 divided by 3. And I definitely don't know that in my head. And we get 261.666666, but you don't have to write all the sixes. So 261.66, and you can write your little line to represent repeating. So yeah, that's the volume of a cone. And now if you want me to work out in the other equation, I can. In fact, I'll just do it really quick. Let's erase all this. Now that I finally realized how to make the eraser bigger. Go me. Alright, so we have 1/3 times 3.14 times the radius squared, which is 5, so 5 squared, times h, which is the height, is 10. So let's just go ahead and get rid of the squared real quick. So we get 5 times 5, not 5 times 2. 25 times 10. Alright, now we can just do this thing all by it. So 1 divided by 3, which is, that's the decimal version of 1/3. I just don't have a calculator like you guys. So remember, if you do have the school calculator, hit alpha Y. So 0.333 times 3.14 times 25 times 10. And you notice we get the same answer. 261.66. Repeating. And the line over it means repeating, and that's how you find the volume of a cone. Anyway, so far y'all guys have done really, really well, and I'm proud of y'all. So keep up the good work, and hope y'all have a great week. If y'all have any questions, let me know. See ya.